Hello? This looks fine. I hope it does. Just make sure I've actually got a correct microphone. You don't hear like a bunch of fans making noise. Is this all fine? This seems fine. Big thumb up. Just to make sure I got stuff working on my phone so I can actually verify the stream is in fact working. Looks promising. Is this all good? It looks fine. I was worried I wouldn't have a good enough connection through in the kitchen. But apparently Wi-Fi is doing fine. Hell yeah. Just gonna quickly grab my drink of water. God, you're gonna hear every single noise of me like doing stuff in this countertop. Yeah, even me just tapping it like that. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Well, don't really have much else planned. I think that's me good to start. Need the recipe. That's one thing I need. Give me a second. So, apparently, no one is immediately here. It's about as expected. I didn't think people would be here right away, but you've got me, and the cat ears and everything. It's lovely. You've got a lovely angle just lined up at my junk. It's what everyone wants. It's what everyone wants. I mean, I can angle it so you got a higher angle, you got me. Or we can have a lower angle with a bit of both the bowl and, of course, my lower half. This is gonna be great. One thing I will say, digital scale doesn't work, so I've got myself this out. It's hopefully gonna be fine. Oh god, this is gonna go horribly wrong, isn't it? No, it's something which might help. I'm gonna raise the webcam up slightly. Just a little bit. That should hopefully get you a better angle if I want you to look at me. Which, who wouldn't want to look at me, of course. Or, if I want to angle it down, you know, get a proper angle of whatever's happening down here, right? This feels like a proper enough angle. Well, time to do some bacon. I hope this goes well. I hope it turns out as tasty as well as edible. So first thing it says to do is not going to be down here. Also, it's something important to share with everyone. I'll need to adjust the camera quickly. There's a cat at the window. I'll let her in quickly. Coming in. There she is. You can see her tail sticking up. Yeah. I shouldn't be petting the cat. That's not very hygienic for when I'm about to do cooking. However, it is a cat, so there you go. Lovely. Look at her. She's after food, but she's not getting any. I now need to readjust the camera, don't I? Give me a moment. I had this set up well before. I was quite happy with how that was working, but well, that does a good enough job. And I have a cat. I am going to distract myself with briefly. I'm sure it can be forgiven. What a hairy cat. How has she got so much hair to shed? It's like coming up to winter. I've given her a little bit of food. Don't say I neglect cats or anything. I need to wash my hands now. I was kind of hoping someone would be here to keep me company. Anyway, first step of the recipe is going to need me to be down here. I'll move this out of the way so you can get a better view. First step says heat the butter, syrup and sugar together in a small pan until melted, stirring occasionally. So, small pan. I'd imagine a pot will work just fine. Right? This is the smallest pot we have. I think that'll do. If I budge things around a little bit, you get a better view into the pot itself. Oh. There we go. You got a pot. I just noticed the black bars at the side of the stream. I'm not going to do anything about it. They're just there. I could crop it slightly differently, but I'm not going to. Alright. Next thing to do. I need the sugar, the syrup, and the butter. Which is going to make this interesting, so let me quickly turn this back around. Ignore the camera trying to fix itself so it orients itself portrait and landscape. I've still got a cat bugging me in the background. But just to the side for a second. Set of scales. I'm going to stick the pot on top. This is not in any way going to balance, is it? No, never mind. Center of gravity is apparently around there. Lovely. Oh, this is going to go awfully wrong. Got a cat still wanting attention from me. But they cannot be given too much attention. I'm sorry, cat. She's called Oreo, by the way, for anyone wondering. Okay, so I need to portion things off. I don't know how much the recipe actually makes in terms of the number of gingerbread men. All I know is it looks like I'll make approximately 400 to 500 grams of stuff. So I'm thinking I'm going to double the proportions and just hope for the best. Because I mean, too much gingerbread isn't anything bad, is it? So first off, butter. Nice and easy, 200 grams of this. Got myself a knife. 200 grams, how much is in a regular tub? 500. I reckon that's about 200 odd. Let's see. I've got a huge chunk of butter. Which I need slightly more of. Just a little more. Is that too little? I don't know. I'll add a bit more again. That should be pretty much 200 grams. Yeah, that's more than enough. Brilliant. I'm worried if I budge the centre of gravity on this pot, it's going to adjust the scales. That's not something I'd consider as something to worry about. But oh well. Next, I want dark muscovado sugar, which I do have some of. I'm hoping it's going to be good enough. It's somewhat low. I'm currently at 800 grams, pot included. The fact this isn't adjusting the scale concerns me. I don't know if this scale is all that accurate. Oh no. Well, that's all the sugar I had. cat wants outside the room. Out you go, cat. She'll be back at a window in a while. Like, she won't be out for long. But yeah, that apparently was not much at all in regards to sugar. That wasn't even 100 grams. I'd weighed that ahead of time with the digital scale, which had run out of batteries. So I can't use it now. And it said I had enough. So I'm going to make do with other sugar. What other sugar have I got in the cupboard? That's a good question. What other sugar do I have? There is... I'm sure it can't be wrong. Sugar is sugar, right? Just make sure I'm not spilling any elsewhere. I'm getting enough of this, right? Yeah. I don't trust the scale. It is not moving. I'm going to say that's enough sugar. I'm concerned about the amount of sugar I've just put in. Leave this off to the side. I don't know if I'll need it later. What was the other thing I had to melt in? Golden syrup. We need 6 tablespoons of golden syrup. I don't entirely know what golden syrup is. I think it's just sugar that kind of caramelized to an extent. I'm actually not sure. What is this? I'll use it anyway. That is 1 tablespoon. It's very runny, but it's not all coming off. So I'll maybe give a little extra after just to be safe. That is 2. It's 6 of these. Jesus, peeps. This is going to be so sweet. How much gingerbread am I actually going to make? That was 4. This is 5. This is 6, I believe. I wasn't entirely paying attention. I've accidentally added slightly too much. But it's likely fine. It's not a science, right? Baking isn't a science. Yeah, now, if I turn this around, I will let you all see what happens with it. I'll budge this so nothing catches fire when I ignite any of the gas stove. You can see that fine? Yeah, you can see that fine. I'll turn it so it's slightly more centered. Yeah, get to melting, I guess. Does it say on a low heat, high heat? Just melt. Just heat it until it's melted, stirring occasionally. I mean, it's not at all mixed currently. So I might try and do that. Just a little. Yeah, that's mixed enough. Like, I'm lazy, alright. Yeah, that just needs to be stirred occasionally, so I'll turn down the heat a little. I'll just make sure it's centered so it gets heated evenly. Step 2. Mix together bicarbonate of soda, ginger, cinnamon, and flour in a large bowl. Pour buttery syrup, mixture in, stir to combine. Okay. And then We'll need this in a second then. So I may turn down the heat while it all melts. So it's starting to melt rather quickly. I'm going to turn that down a little bit in terms of heat. While that happens, you don't need to watch me measuring out ingredients again. I'm trying to carefully balance a glass bowl. I do not trust this. I'll show you what I'm working with. This isn't stable. It really isn't. Keep mixing this because I'm worried it's going to burn. It's just a whole bunch of solid with not a lot of liquid until the butter melts. Which, to be fair, this is actually melting quite quickly. It's not exactly combined yet. It's just lumps of slightly melted butter and amongst more butter, as well as some sugar. We'll leave it be for a moment. I need to get all the dry ingredients now, right? That being bicarbonate of soda. Need a little teaspoon for this. Got myself a teaspoon. Good stuff. Just tell me if that starts burning, anyone, if you're there at all. I don't actually know if anyone's watching. I hope somebody is. Because otherwise I'm going to be a right idiot and no one's going to know. How do I open this? I'm trying to open the bicarbonate of soda. There we go, I've got it. So that was half a teaspoon regularly. So I want a full teaspoon of this. There we go. Hear that bubbling. This is bubbling, I'm going to mix it. It's bubbling somewhat unevenly somewhere. It's going to be potentially burning somewhere. Those scrapey sounds mean you know it's going well. I think that's just the sugar getting kind of stuck to the sides. I mean, to be fair, it is starting to mix. It's taking a moment to actually fully start mixing, but it's starting. It is starting to mix. Again, I'll leave that for a little bit. Next, I want 450 grams of plain flour, which I'm imagining I want to sieve, so I should get a sieve out. Where does the sieve live? I believe it belongs in here. There we go, found it. Should I have this ready? I should have known I need this. It's quite obvious, really. You don't tend to do much baking without a sieve. The difficulty of the sieve, however, I can't rest it on top, can I? And I need to somehow do 450 grams. So I need that to end up there on the scale. I'm going to pour a large amount in. I'm going to then start sieving. You can just hear the bells as I sieve things. You know what? I about estimated that perfectly with just the two things. Need a little bit more, but not much. You're not able to see what I'm doing, but trust me, it's not very exciting. Alright? That should be the sieve done with. I'm going to put it off to the side. Can we give this a stir? It says until melted, not until combined. So I'm thinking I'm safe to not have it combined. However, that looks to be mostly melted now. I think I'll give it a moment longer just to be safe. But that should be fine. Next was... Yeah, I don't need to actually do accurate measurements. The scale can go away. I'll let you see what I'm doing now. Look, you got my crotch again. Lovely. What more could you want? Yeah, I'm going to say this mixture is now melted completely. Good stuff. We've got this. Currently a tiny bit of bicarb at the bottom of a bunch of flour. Ginger, cinnamon are next, where we want teaspoons, tablespoons? Teaspoon of cinnamon, tablespoon for the ginger. Okay. I'll do the cinnamon first. I need to get the top off of this ginger because I had to buy this specifically. You can tell it's gingery because you can immediately smell it. Alright. I'll need another tablespoon. Okay, cinnamon first. This is going to be a pain to get right. So we need 2 teaspoons. I don't know if that's a level or a heaped teaspoon. If it's a teaspoon, I'll give that a shake just to make sure it's actually properly granulated. Perfect. That mostly went onto the tablespoon. Or the teaspoon, sorry. That time it's not. I'm going to say that's good enough. Oh god, they say baking is a science. I'm not a scientist. Okay, this one should be easier. It's apparently got clumps in it, so it doesn't really come out all that well. What if I shake this vigorously? Does that help? Not really. That's 1. That's probably good enough. That's 2, and I'll add a bit extra just because it's gingerbread, man. I don't want to be short on ginger. You know? Mix those in a bowl, then pour in the mixture to combine. Use my hands to bring it together to form a dough. So I'm going to take these off just while I do that step, because I'd rather we do not have a bunch of just stuff on whatever those are, little cuff things. Okay. Yeah, just mix it. Mix with what? I'll get a fork. A fork will do, right? I'm used to cooking, not baking is the difficulty. And hey, Halcha, good to see you. You've got my crotch in view. What more could you possibly want? I'll adjust the camera so it's maybe slightly better. No, that's arguably worse, isn't it? I crouch down like this. There you go. Much better. Yeah, just need to mix this. Should hopefully be easily enough kind of mixed with just a fork. Yeah, hope you're doing good, Halcha. Hope you're doing good. I've got no idea how well this is going to go. I have absolutely no idea. Okay, dry stuff is now mixed. Pour the buttery syrup mixture and stir to combine. I might heat this for a moment longer, it's kind of starting to solidify on the bottom. Give it just a moment, I'll turn the camera so you can see. You've got me over here. Lovely stuff. Just want to make sure this isn't a complete syrup. Like, I'll need to use my hands in a second, I do understand this. So I don't want it too hot. But I don't want stuff stuck to the bottom of the pot that I can't get it. That isn't something I want to be happening. And then if I turn this back so you can see the bowl again. There we go. That looks about fine, right? Didn't realise I was going to be dressed up as well. No, of course. Can't do baking and have a maid outfit and then not be in the maid outfit, right? Yeah, we don't combine it all at once. I know how this step works. You want to kind of combine it in bits. That should be fine. I can't believe you didn't think I'd be dressed up, though. Like, thinking I wouldn't fully commit to the idea. Tragic, tragic. You set your expectations too low. Oh, hey, Rory, good to see you. And then the outfit. Lovely, isn't it? Got a little bell and everything, you can probably hear them. I'll be honest, so far, this isn't looking like gingerbread. Which has me concerned. I mean, it's starting to come together a little with the syrupy stuff. I'm just going to pour the rest in now. Cat's at the window again. I will show you Cat at the window, and then the cat when they come in. She is called Oreo. I mentioned her earlier on stream, but I don't think either of you were here. She's a menace. She's going to keep asking to come inside, hoping that means she gets food. She's adorable though, so she gets away with it. Let me adjust the camera so you can see her. Can you see her at the window? Yeah, you can see her ass at the window at least. I'll let her in. Just see her tail in the corner. She's not getting fed anymore, I fed her earlier. So she is fine in that regard. Yeah, back to mixing this and hoping it turns out well. So have either of you made gingerbread before? Do you know what it's supposed to end up looking like? I've just noticed the tray is square and she's going to try and sit on it if I leave her. Okay, rescue the tray before she'd sit on it. Perfect. Because we all know, squares are the most comfortable shape, and that's why cats sit on them. Constantly. Like any kind of box, they'll sit in it. You just have a square-shaped towel or something that falls down, they're on it. Like, they will sit on anything as long as it is vaguely rectangular. You know? One of the many mysteries about cats, isn't it? Start to combine. Use hands to bring it together to form a dough. I think I might start using my hands. Because, I mean, probably fine. I'm just worried, because once I start using my hands, I can't then back out and say, actually, I need more of X ingredient, right? But I think I've done as much as I'm going to do with, yeah, my fork. I feel it's kind of, it's run its course. I'm going to go stick that in the sink. Or by the sink. I might need it later. It's not going quite in the sink yet. Now to try and combine it. I'm assuming it's gingerbread, so you can kind of knead it like a dough almost. I don't know. It's gingerbread men that different to actual bread? I would say so. I would say so. Thankfully, despite like making this, I mean, it wasn't boiling to be fair, but warming this and melting it all. This isn't actually too hot. It's just like pleasantly warm. I was worried I'd be like burning my hands off doing this. Then no, this is genuinely fine. I'm so glad. Now this is starting to look a lot more like gingerbread now. It's starting to smell quite nice too, although it is just ginger that I'm smelling. I would adjust the camera to show you, but I'm worried I'm gonna get stuff sticky. That's fine. I can probably adjust it a little. There we go. See? It's vaguely brown looking stuff. That's what a gingerbread man is, right? A vaguely brown looking stuff. God, I'm not used to baking. Like, what I'm worried about is, while it does come together and it does stick, it seems strangely crumbly. Like, it's not sticking together too well. I don't know. Like, it breaks apart as if this is just more sugar than it needs to be. Which, in fairness, I didn't entirely trust the scales when I was adding sugar, so it might be. It might be. But this is looking promising. It's looking promising. I should have read the next step, shouldn't I? I should have known, like, oh, I'm going to put this in a tray, am I going to roll it out? But what's the plan? Because I'm assuming we cut shapes before baking it. We don't, like, half bake it, then cut shapes. I'd say this is pretty well combined. I'm gonna keep going at it, because I'm worried I might have missed some part somewhere and just have a massive lump of flour. But mostly, I think I'm content to say this is happening relatively well so far. I shouldn't have doubted my abilities. Yeah, I'd say that's good enough. That's good enough for now. I'm trying to get like little bits off of my hands. Okay, next part. What do I need? Can I do this without messing up my phone screen too much? Turn a sheet of baking parchment, shape into a rectangle, lay another sheet on top, and roll it out to a thickness of 1/2 centimetre. Now I don't have a ruler. It's been a while since I've looked at how big a centimetre is. So, I'll guess. So I need to wash my hands quickly. I like how I've got a cat to keep me company as I do this. That is nice. I hope she doesn't try and jump in the oven. Speaking of, I should preheat the oven. That'd be sensible. Hey Georgie. Yeah, there is a cat. Seemed to come more on stream. Maybe over this way? Ah. I can wash my hand again in a second. She is happy and asking for food, but you're not getting any because you're fat. Is it rid of me? Yeah, but nah, she'd eat if she could. Like, you give her any amount of food, she will eat it, best of her ability. Put these off to the side for now. I don't think we need any more spoons. Yeah, I was looking for baking paper. Do I have a rolling pin? That's something I should also check. I might have a rolling pin? I do. Okay, thank God. She's trying to escape outside again. She thinks if she goes out and comes back in, that somehow resets the food and she'll be fed when she comes back. It's not how it works. It's not. Hello. Never failed to disappoint you? I was only half expecting it. Why are you disappointed then? You set your expectations high and I have met those expectations. Cat would work. I mean, they're good at kneading, but I don't know. Gingerbread's not really something that needs to be kneaded, right? If I adjust this slightly, is this gonna work? Maybe. Get some paper out. That looks like plenty. There we go. The other sheets. There we are. Old man slippers to top it off. Yeah, for comfy. I have got other slippers, but I was worried they'd fall off because the other ones don't have a back to them. So, yeah. I'm just using these ones. So rather my slippers don't fall off. The thigh highs are a little slippery. They're not the best material, I don't think. Anyway, now I put stuff onto paper. I then roll it out with another sheet of paper on top. Because I used double the amount the recipe asked for in terms of ingredients, I'm making an assumption I should use half of this kind of gingerbread dough, or whatever you'd call it. Is it dough? What is this? It feels too sugary to be a dough. Well, that doesn't sound right to me. I don't know. Oh, and thanks for the prime sub. Appreciate it. Well, that's definitely one part of it flattened. Just made a single valley. Oh god. There is not much control over this. The baking paper removes a lot of friction I would otherwise have. Oh god. Just try and flatten this out best I can. Okay, that's feeling a lot nicer now. I'm getting more of a roll there. The question is, how much is half a centimetre? I don't know. Is this too big? I might be making it too big. I genuinely have no idea. I've not used the ruler in so long. Also, shift my glass of water. I end up bumping that otherwise. I mean, this feels like it's half a centimetre thick, maybe. I'm going to say it's good enough. I'm also going to say that's not particularly rectangular. Ah, well. I'll roll it slightly more because I think it's slightly raised in the centre. And I don't want it to be raised in the centre. And we do need to fill out some gaps. I want this to try and be even all the way through if possible. That should hopefully now be fine. Maybe? I don't know. So you're trying to catch stuff. I think it's exclamation mark Poke start. Is how you start catching things. Anyway, gingerbread men is vaguely the plan. Transfer to the baking sheet once made, then chill for an hour. Wait, I hadn't read that far. Apparently, before baking, we need to chill it for an hour. So, anyone got an idea of what we do for an hour? Oh no. I mean, I don't know. See, this is why I should always think of a plan rather than just coming up with a vague idea. Screw it, it's fine. I need to get stuff up on my phone quickly. So I need to get up the suggested shapes people wanted me to make. Alright, how best I find this on my phone? I think if I do Google Forms should work. It's trying to make me create a new form. That's not what I want. How? I really should have set this bit up ahead of time as well. I've not made these before, no. I haven't. And I'm going to have to put it in the fridge like most doughs, and I thought to do that before rolling out. I mean, cookie dough you don't have to put in the fridge. I assume this would be similar. Like cookie dough you can, but you don't have to. That's the issue. Ah, I'm finding the form. I'm finding the ideas. I'll have them in a moment. Hopefully. Oh, God, where on earth are we going to live? It's taking me to my OneDrive. This is awful. I just use the link from the Discord, maybe? You know, I really should have thought any of this through. I mean, I'm assuming it would be fine to just bake. I'm assuming it would be. Yeah, let me see. Can I get to the form? Where would I have that? That'd be announcements, right? Let's see. If I go to the form link as a creator, there should be a way for me to view the answers, right? No, damn it doesn't. I just want to view the answers. You know, I've got a simple solution for the immediate moment. I do actually have like a gingerbread shaped thing. Like I just cut out a little man. So we can cut shapes now. That's fine. Like if I move this over, what else can actually see a bit better. And we'll cut out one small little man. Just making sure that cuts through. And then immediately, we have made a gingerbread man. That's it. Stream done. Right? Right. I don't know. I don't think it's quite that finished. I've got a tray. I'll put this off to the side. The actual gingerbread man, he's going to be the control sample, right? So if he turns out badly, we know the rest of them also would have turned out badly. Because he is not the most stable. I'll not lie, this is concerning the amount of cracks that appear in him. It's hopefully okay. This is hopefully fine. Wait, there's a Google Forms app. An app's gonna fix this. I mean, I could cut out more just gingerbread men, but I was kind of hoping to do fancier designs. But I could just cut out more of these. I've got plenty of dough left. Is the stream looking fine, by the way? I'm worried the internet might be a little spotty here in the kitchen. Like, I hope it looks all good.